everyone! So today I'm going to be doing another get ready with me kind of talk through video. I am wanting to do this basically because there is a certain eye look that I've done a few times this past week that I've really been enjoying. And for me to redo a look more than once, I must really like it because I'm constantly doing something different, especially with my eyes. And so I thought that I would show you guys how I'm doing this look today. So I'm going to start out with moisturizing my skin. I just got out of the shower, so I have cleaned my skin, but I am going to use this Garnier Ultra Lift Anti-Wrinkle Firming Eye Cream. And I've been using this for a little while. I'm 25 years old, so I don't really have like a lot of wrinkles or anything, especially around my eyes, but I have been using this just as a preventative measure, and therefore I can't really say like, oh wow, this is really working, but I can tell you it's definitely not hurting anything, adding moisture to my eyes. So I'm just going to continue to use this. Not going to be, if you're wondering how this works, I'm not really going to be a good person to ask because of that reason. While that's setting in, I'm going to go in with my face moisturizer, and some of you may know I've been using the Philosophy's Hope in a Jar. Once that moisturizer is soaked into my skin, I am going to prime my eyes. I'm using Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer potion, and this is called Sin. So this is kind of like a champagne-y colored one. This is not transparent at all. It actually does give you, like I said, kind of a champagne-y finish. And it works really well as a eyeshadow primer, and I kind of like the finish that it gives. It's kind of a nice base for all over the eyes. It's not super noticeable or opaque or anything, but it's definitely there. I apply that all over my eyes, up to my eyebrow even. Moving right along, now that my eyeshadow primer is on, I'm going to prime my face, and I am still using the Peter Thomas Roth Unwrinkle primer, and I've pretty much decided, like the more I think about it, the more I realize this primer, in my opinion, does not do anything that's worth, again, $40. And I did mention this in my other Get Ready With Me videos, so sorry for being repetitive, but you have to understand, like, if I do repeat things, not everybody who watches these videos have seen all of my videos, or have even seen my last Get Ready With Me video. So I'm sorry if you guys have seen that one and are like, hey, we know. But anyways, even after that video, like, the more I think about this primer, the more I'm like, honestly, this does not even, like, I feel like that doesn't even, like, you know how the Benefit Professional, if you've used that, you know that it fills in your pores, like, really, really well. Like, it is almost flawless, like how your pores, like, just become invisible. Not that that's, like, my favorite primer either necessarily, but that works a lot better than this. And so, again, like, why would I buy this again? Okay, so while that's setting in, I like to do my eyes. I typically do my eyes before I do my face makeup, my concealer, and everything like that. And this is the, like, look that I'm going to be showing you anyways. The steps that I use on my face have pretty much stayed the same, but I do want to focus more on the eyes, so I'll zoom you guys in a little bit. Okay, the color that I'm going to be starting off with is a shadow that I have recently become my favorite again. I talked about this before a long time ago. This is the NYX Nude Matte Shadow in Dance the Tides. And it is like a very warm, hints of like orangish tones in there. It's just a really warm shadow, and I absolutely love, it's almost like a bronzing color. But this is a color that I love in the crease of my eye. Like, it warms up any look. It can go with so many other colors. I just absolutely love it. And for NYX, being a NYX shadow, like, it's pretty good quality. It blends really nicely. I'm just overall impressed with it, and I've really been falling in love with it again. Once I picked it up, because I've had it for over a year now, but I recently started using it, and it's just great. I'm going to use the Sigma E40 blending brush, just a fluffy tapered brush, and I'm going to start fluffing this out into the crease of my eyes. Just going back and forth with these motions, and then also doing some small circular motions. Really just blowing it out like all over the whole eye. Okay, so I have that in both the creases, but I am just going to add some more color, and I find this is the best way working with pretty much any eyeshadow, is just to start off with a smaller amount and then go in and add more, and it just blends out the shadows a lot more flawlessly, and you can really get the payoff that you're looking for without making it look too harsh, or in layman's terms, like really potentially messing up the entire eye look. What an appropriate color for fall with these orangey undertones. I love it. Okay, so now you have that like really nice, warm, blown out look. So we're gonna set that shadow aside. Now I'm going to be going in with my Vice 2 palette from Urban Decay. I'm going to be using the Sigma E60 brush. This is a large shader brush. Any brush that you like to use to pack color onto the lower part of your eyelid. And I think I'm going to go in, I've gone in with a couple different shadows, and today I'm going to go in with this one called Ambush. Yesterday, this is going to fall out. Yesterday I went in with this more sparkly color, and I like them both, and they are very similar. You can see this one just has chunkier sparkles in it, but today I'm going to go in with Ambush. And I really like them both a lot. And just start working this all over the lower part of my lid, all the way to the inner corner. It's the E40 again, and just very lightly blend out that shadow. I'm not going over top of the lid or anything. I'm just going around the edges. And I didn't even add any additional product, but I'm just smoothing that out a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going in with this small smudger-ish brush. This does not have a real name on it because this is one of the brushes that I purchased from Michaels, and you can see that video where I did a review on my channel of a couple of the brushes that I purchased there, and I've really been enjoying using this brush for the outer corner. I am going to go in with this color called Smoke Out. And it is a very almost black color, not quite black. I don't know really what undertones it has in here. I guess just like very, very, very dark charcoal. I'm going to take some of that onto this brush. Again, tap off any excess. And I'm actually going to just start dragging this onto the outer corner of my eye. So once I have a lot of the color deposited on this outer corner, I kind of pull it towards the center of my eye. And even a little bit on this lower lash line. I'm not going to do too much there because I haven't even done concealer there yet. And I don't want to disrupt any of it. But so you end up with like this kind of somewhat harsh like outer V color. And then I can go back in. I think I'm going to actually go back in with this brush because this is a little bit smaller. This is the brush that came with the Vice too. I'm going to try this to just like smudge out that outer line there. And this has no product on it at all. See how that softened that like so much? And then of course you can add some more product in there. You want to darken it up a little bit. I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of that color Ambush, just because some of it has lost its opacity just from blending over it and things like that. So I just added a little bit more, especially to the inner corners of my eyes. And that is most of the top of the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and do my liner. The liner that I have been using a lot is a liquid liner. This is one with actually that has a brush and as opposed to a felt tip. And this is the liquid eyeliner from NYC. And this is in the color Black, number 887. I am almost done with the eyes, and while that is drying, like the eyeliner is drying and everything, I am going to go in with my foundation. I have been trying out the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet, liking it a lot so far, and I am going to apply that with a Pseudo Beauty Blender. Okay, my face makeup and everything is pretty much complete, so I'm going to finish the lower lash line. I'm going to use that Dance the Tides color from NYX. And what I'm going to do is take a pencil brush. This is a pencil brush from Sigma, specifically the E30. I'm going to take that pretty generously on this pencil brush, and I'm going to start applying that on my lower lash line. Don't be afraid to take this too low. Even if at first it looks like, whoa, whoa, what are you doing? It's okay. It will turn out. See how low that I've done that? Like, I am not being afraid here because this color will warm up the entire eye, and I just absolutely love it. And I love how it looks on the lower lash line. I think it looks so beautiful, especially when it is all finished. I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. I'm going to go back into the Vice 2 palette and that same color that we used before on the outer corner called Smoke Out, and that same little smudger brush. I'm going to take a little bit just on the tips, just on the tip of that brush, and I'm also going to apply this on my lower lash line, concentrating on the outer corner. Just bringing it in. See how smoky that looks? I absolutely love it. I think it's so flattering. What a difference that made. If you were thinking while we were just doing the top of our eyes, if you were thinking like, oh, that looks weird, that looks a little messy, like you can see how it really comes together. And I just absolutely love it. I'm gonna go ahead and add some mascara. This is the combination I've been using for about a week now. This is the Best Volume Extreme Volumizing Mascara from Jordana. You can find Jordana products at Walgreens. If you don't see it by like on the wall of makeup that Walgreens typically has, look next to the register in the makeup section. That's where I find Jordana products most often. And then here's the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume. Just the original formula here with the orange tube. Just about to our last step here, I'm taking the Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain in Honey. And I absolutely love this. Hi! Hi, pretty girl. Hi, beauty girl. Were you a good girl out there? You were so good, being so patient. Yes, you were my beauty girl. So moisturizing, and just a 10 out of 10 color for every day. Isn't that nice? Your classic pinky nude. Stella. If you wanted to take this look from day to night, what I did yesterday, I wore this pretty much exact same look yesterday. Stella. What I did was I added some black pencil liner on my waterline, and I tight lined with it just to make it even smokier. Stella! And I used one of these balm stains again, but I believe it's called Crush, and it's like a very rich cranberry color. And just adding a dark lip and even darkening up the eyes a little bit more completely transformed the look from day to night. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial slash get ready with me video. If you guys like these videos, definitely let me know in the comments below or give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate your feedback, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone.